Jai Jai Shri Radha Pranan Se Pyari. Commencing the reading of Shri Pushtimarg Laksanani, Sharan, Shri Vallabh Sharan. These 8 verses enlighten us about the true identity of Shri Vallabhacharya Ji and are also composed by Shri Harirai Ji. Nisadana janodhara karunam prakriti kritaha gokulesha swarupaha Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. My sole refuge is Shri Vallabh, who is the embodiment of compassion, for he uplifts those souls who surrender with humility. His form is like that of the Lord of Gokul. Bhajananandadanartha Pushtimarga Prakashakaha Karunavaranīya Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. I take exclusive shelter in the most merciful Shri Vallabh, who has revealed the path of grace in order to grant the bliss of adoring the Lord. Shri Swamini Bhava Sanyukta भगवद भाव भावितः अन्यलौकिकमूर्ति Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. I surrender exclusively to Shri Vallabh, whose form is not of this world but a combination of Shri Swaminiji and Shri Krishna's loving sentiments. Shri Krishna Vadananando ViyoganalaMurtiman Bhaktimargabja Bhanu Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. I take refuge in Shri Vallabh, whose form is the fire of separation from the bliss of Shri Krishna's lotus face, and who is the sun to open up the lotus of the path of devotion. Rasa Leela Rasabara Samakranta Kilanga Brit Bhavarupa Kilanga Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. I place all my resolve in Shri Vallabh, who is replete with the loving nectar of the Ras Leela, whose every limb is nourished by such divine sentiment, indeed whose form consists purely of love. Shri Bhagavata Bhavartha Vivarvartha Vataritaha Swami Santosha Hetu Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. I devote myself fully to Shri Vallabh, who has appeared in order to reveal the deep inner meaning of the Srimad Bhagavatam solely for the Lord's satisfaction. Vallavi Vallabhantasta Lilanubhava Vallabha Anyasfurana Rupa Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. My only refuge is in Shri Vallabh, whose form above all others is that of the beloved feminine within the beloved. Jitam bhoja padam bhoja vibhushitaha vasundaraha sada govardhanasta Shri Vallabha Sharanam mama. My sole shelter is Shri Vallabh, whose lotus feet are more beautiful than the most lovely lotus flower, and who always resides at the Govardhan mountain. Ananyatan mana nityam Patedya Sharanashtakam Patedya Sharanashtakam Salabhet Sadhana Bhava Uktopye Tadpadashayaha. Those souls who read and repeat these 8 verses of surrender with an uncompromised mind will be blessed with grace-filled humility and be liberated into the state of perfect shelter in his lotus feet, in their lotus feet. This is a sound recording of Shri Pushtimarg Laksanani. It will be a recording of the Sanskrit verses with the meaning in English and the Tika in English. Commencing with the introduction. It is extremely important for devotees in or coming into the path of grace to understand the subtle points of attitude that characterize this path and which make it the path of grace as compared to any other path. This text stands as a very thorough self-examination and introduction to Sri Hari Raiji's Shikshapatra. Its essence is nisadanta, or the realization that it is not through your own efforts that the Lord will be made to accept you, and that surrender in humility is the key. Acceptance is through divine grace alone. These principles have been discussed at length in Sri Hari Raiji's Shikshapatra. Each of the verses herein ends with the half line Pushtimarg sa katyate, meaning this is what is called the path of grace. And the 3 preceding half lines in each verse reveal a feature of the path. The intention of this document is to simply put together these very essential teachings and make them understandable in English, a service which is coming into increasing demand in the diaspora. It is, of course, always essentially good to remind oneself of these points of principles with the humble hope that they will become part of the personality of our hearts and purify our seva bhav, the loving consciousness with which we attempt to serve the beloveds and thereby fulfill our lives. There are 21 verses in Shri Pushtimargi Laksanani, and these will be followed by a reading of Shri Vallabh Rachit Panjashloki, 5 verses of instruction. Now we start with verse 1 of Shri Pushtimargi Laksanani. Sarvasadhana rahityam falaptao yatra sadhanam phalam va sadhanam yatra pushtimargaha sakatyate. When the absence of all means is the means to achieve the fruit, and when the fruit is the means, know that to be the blessed path. Tika. Essentially, the Pushtimargi process is Brahmasambandh, relationship with the Lord. This is not just achieved through the initiation ceremony, but through the ongoing heartfelt sentiment that nothing, not even the idea or manorat to come to the Lord or do anything to please him, is anything other than his inspiration and his wish, his grace. The otherwise insatiable ego sense melts away into the humble surrender at his lotus feet. In his Bhakti Vardhani, How to Increase Devotion treatise, Sri Vallabhacharyaji has stated, Bija Baba Dride Tu Syat, Tyagat Shravana Kirtanat. The seed of devotion becomes firmly rooted through renunciation and listening to and repeating the divine glories. So the first act that we must make is to give up anything and everything that is unfavourable to our surrender, ego sense and connection or attachment to any other form or figure of love. This is Sri Vallabhacharyaji's main stipulation. Sri Acharyaji's treatise Panchashloki, wherein the remarkable quote, Anukulasya Sankalpaha, Pratikulasya Varjanam, appears. These subtleties of attitude are described in detail in Sri Hari Raiji's Shikshapatra. In the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord is attained by the gopis of Vraj when they begin to weep in humility, renouncing every other means of finding him, even the singing of his praises. Even this absence of means should not be taken as a means to attain him. Hence the words, where the fruit, Lord Krishna. Shri Yugal Kishore is the means. Know that to be the blessed path. The Lord is the reward of all efforts. Their lordships are the reward of all efforts, and the attainment of that reward lies in the divine Swarupas themselves. Verse 1 complete.